Welcome back to Anything and Everything. This morning we have some garbanzo beans here. Another name for them are chickpeas. I guess the chickpeas is the English name and garbanzo beans is the Spanish name. You know, they grow in these little pods like this, and they grow on a little vine. So in the inside, when you open it up, let me get one that I'm not so happy with, but they grow in these little pods, and when you open them up, there's a little bean in it. So there are many ways that you can cook these. You can pan fry them, which that's what I'm gonna do today. You can boil them, you can make hummus with it. There are many things that you can do. But my favorite way is to just season them up really good with some olive oil and some seasoning, salt and pepper, garlic salt, fresh garlic, and then just pan fry them. I can do it on a grill, I can do it on a comal, or I can use a cast iron. I do it many different ways. And they're really good to just sit down and eat them with a glass of beer, mug of beer, bottle of beer, whatever kind of beer you want. They kind of remind us of edamame. So when we prepare them like we do edamame as to flavoring them. You know, we like to put garlic on ours. We like to put spiciness on them. So that's what we're going to do today. Another thing that I wanted to do was, you know, unfortunately I left these in my refrigerator too long, and I ended up with a bunch of them that didn't look so good. So I am going to depod these, take all the seeds out of the ones that I didn't like, and I am going to dry them out and kind of do a little experiment with them. So these are some store-bought dry ones, and you can actually plant these. So I'm going to plant these that I'm going to depod, and I'm gonna plant these dry ones, and I'm gonna see which ones grow the fastest or even produce any little beans for me. So let's get started. All right, I'm gonna just throw some olive oil over it. I'm gonna use this blend of salt, pepper, and garlic, Kinder's. I found this one time and I'm like in love with it, and I'm not quite sure where I picked it up. I'm hoping I bought it at Costco and I can go back and get it again. Put a little bit of that. I'm gonna put some garlic in there. Not some, but a whole bunch. And this time I used the prepared garlic that I bought at the store, only because I wanted to add some of the juices in it too. So it could really have a garlicky flavor. And I'm going to add some Korean pepper flakes to it. I could only find these garbanzo beans at our local, you know, Mexican store, or sometimes at the farmer's market. And it's pretty seasonal, like late spring and in the summer is when I can find them. So they say these garbanzo beans have a lot of benefits when it comes to like liver enzymes, that the minerals there can help. It also detoxifies cancer-causing components from the body. It helps in formation of cancer-preventing cells in the body. So hey, let's eat some. The only thing is, because garbanzo beans have a lot of fiber in it, so it can cause like some intestinal irritation, like, you know, bloating and gassiness, things of that sort. So you just want to make sure that you cook them. You know, that you cook them. Eating them raw probably will cause more digestive issues. So try to cook them pretty well. Like, that's why people boil them and make hummus and things. But to pan fry them, all you want to do is cook them, and then you can squeeze them, and then you can tell that they're ready when they're soft, when the little pea inside is soft. The garbanzo beans are also rich in protein, fiber, low in saturated fats, cholesterol, and sodium. So don't add too much salt if you're thinking that you want a low sodium snack here. But they're not low in carbs like other beans. You know, beans have a lot of carbohydrates in it. So these are not low in carbohydrates, just like any other bean. All right, let's get ready to fry them. All right, I have my cast iron pan here. I turned the heat to medium, getting it kind of warm. Then we'll throw these garbanzos in there. Alright, you want to just keep turning them. You want them to get toasty. So this is the way we make them. I'm sure there's many ways to make it. I do know Cooking with Bird Martinez, she has a video up on this. Go check her out. She actually made them, and then her daughters, Sophia and Marvelous Mandy, they made them also. Most recently, they put up a video on how they make it. Go see how they make it. They have a different recipe than the way I make it, but go see how they do it. Try both ways, see how you like it. I watched somebody on YouTube, her name is Linda. Her channel is the New Orleans Gardener. She was growing these garbanzo beans, so she inspired me to try to grow them myself. So go check her channel out. She shows you how to plant or harvest, take care of your garbanzo bean plant. So I'm going to take a few of her suggestions, and I am going to try to plant them myself and see how it works. this is what you're trying to get. You're trying to get them kind of toasty like that. There you go. Put some ground salt on it, and you're ready to go. And how you want to eat them is you can pop it right in your mouth so that you can get all of those flavors on it. Just open it up and eat the little bean in the inside. Tasty. Try it. Okay, it's experiment time. I have my little garbanzo beans here. Oh, the sun is just in the way, but I have my garbanzo beans here. These are the ones that were in the pod. So I just opened them up, opened up the pod, took the bean out. So when I plant it, I'm going to label it pods. So we know that those are the ones that came straight out of the little pods. These ones here are going to be labeled as roots. Yes, these came straight out of the pods also, but it looks like they're already forming like a little root. So I am going to plant those in a separate container and see which ones grow the best. I had some garbanzo beans in the cabinet, and these were bought from the store and they're dry. So I'm gonna just plant them dry like that, but really soak them in some water, but label them as dry. And then I have some here that were, again, bought from the grocery store, dry, but I have had them soaking in some water. And I'm gonna call that one soaked. And so yeah, so this is my experiment. I have 4 pots with potting soil all ready to go. I put some minerals in there to help them out. I'm gonna pot them in here and see if they grow. If they do grow, then my plan is to put them in the ground. So here we go. Alright, I'm going to give them a really good water and set them in my experiment area and see how it goes. I'll keep you posted. Thanks for stopping by, anything and everything, and we'll see you the next time. So here we are, a few weeks later. The garbanzos are sprouting. It looks like the ones in the pods or the ones that were rooted that I took straight from the garbanzo pods. It looks like they are sprouting, but not as much as the soaked dried beans and the dried beans. But they are starting to sprout. I'll keep you posted. Thanks for stopping by, anything and everything.